What's up, everybody? Ben here with the Spirit of Running, and today we're talking about the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro. Let's get some technical specs out of the way. The shoe weighs 7.7 ounces, has a 39 to 35 heel-to-toe drop for a 4mm overall drop, and it retails for $250. General overview of this shoe: this is a running shoe. It's not a walking shoe, it's not a gym shoe, and it's not a daily trainer. It's not a work shoe. This is a shoe to go fast in, so you want to use this on your interval days and on your race day. The first time I saw this shoe, I was a little blown away by it. I saw it as a preview shoe, and I didn't quite know what to think. When you look at the shoe overall, it's shaped a little more like a boat than a traditional running shoe. We see a really aggressive cutout here in the heel, a really aggressive toe spring in the front, and a really thick middle of the shoe. One of the reasons for the cutout in the heel, I believe, is to make it a race day legal shoe. Let's break the shoe down a little bit. On the bottom, we've got some really good grip. The first time I took this shoe out for a run, I was about a week out from a half marathon, and I was considering this shoe to race in, but I was a little concerned about the cornering. So I took this out for a 6-mile run initially, and went through some cul-de-sacs, some sharp turns, some 180 degrees, just to see, like, how do I feel in this shoe. The rubber on the bottom is so grippy that as you come in and land for a turn, it plants. I don't know a better way to describe it, but I felt like I could hit a spot and then move through there and move forward without worrying about rolling over the top of it. Moving up through the midsole, you can see that there's a whole lot more material here in the middle of the shoe. Because they measure from the back, and this shoe falls into that race legal category. I guess once you get to the middle of the shoe, anything goes. The nice thing about the shape of the shoe and putting all that extra cushion here in the midsole was that it's a super comfortable shoe once you're running. When you put it on and you're walking around to kind of get ready to run, I kind of felt like a baby giraffe. Didn't quite know what was going on. Once I started running, man, I was able to just set it and forget it. I was able to lock in my paces. Everything just felt good. The previous version of this shoe, the Mizuno Wave Rebellion, I thought was pretty terrible. But it's like they sent somebody into a room with a computer and said, don't come out until you've got something new and unique, and they succeeded. The fit on the upper, I felt was pretty good. Potential detractor from the shoe would be the narrowness of the toe box. I didn't grow up with a track and field background, so I never wore spikes to have that feeling of like my toes being right up at the front. I've always worn shoes with a little extra space in the front. So it could just be that I am not used to that race-specific geometry of the shoe. I think for a full marathon, I would probably move up to a 10.5. But for the half marathon, my size 10 felt great. Didn't have any blisters, didn't have any hot spots where I felt like there could be a blister. But I did just notice that my toes were a little more pushed together than I would normally like to have in a long run shoe. But again, this also kind of goes back to the idea of, like, this is a race day shoe only. So if I'm gonna have a shoe that I want to go fast in and I have for a specific job, if my toes are a little uncomfortable over the course of the run, so be it. I was actually a little surprised with how much material is on the upper. One of the things that we're seeing in a lot of the racing specific shoes is that they're stripping this upper down to just the bare minimum. The tongue itself is really thin, but I didn't notice anything that made me again feel like it was detracting from the shoe. You've still got a really nice amount of cushion here in the heel cup. A little less structure here through the middle of the upper, but again, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it cuts out some weight, and gives you that kind of that race day feeling. I was able to just lock in and just have a really good time focusing on my actual running and not worrying about really anything else. As a quick summary, I think this is a phenomenal race day shoe. Mizuno has not come out with a lot of shoes that I've been really excited about, but this race day shoe is on a whole different level. I think having a race day shoe is a luxury, and I know a lot of people that $250 price point is not something that they're going to be interested in spending on a shoe that they can't wear all the time. If that is an option, this is definitely a shoe to consider. I think that they've got a really special thing going on here. If you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the comments section. If you like what you saw, please hit that like and subscribe button. Helps the channel out, helps me out, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.